Fat Tip Fit, day 274. I had a good day today. I worked out, I lifted weights, feeling very strong, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit bloated up because I've been cheating too much the last few days, but that'll come off very shortly. I finally did my workout today. I had been a little bit nervous because around 2 weeks ago, I did almost this exact same workout, but with like a little bit more weight, and I messed it up and I failed it, and I felt kind of ashamed of it, honestly, even though I really shouldn't. I just kind of did, and I had been stressing about lifting weights again since then. I only lifted weights like one time last week, for example, so today I finally did it, and I did it well. I lowered the weights a little bit, so that's a little bit more manageable, but I did pretty good. I started off today with incline bench for 3 sets of 14 with 77.5 pounds, a little bit harder than I was expecting. I think maybe that is like a little bit too hard in the beginning of this workout, and it kind of makes me tired for the rest of the workouts in this series, so I'm probably going to lower that next week. I did I did pen lay rows for 3 sets of 12 with 65 pounds. I did overhead press, 3 sets of 8, 52.5 pounds. Lateral raises, 3 sets of 8, 12.25 pounds. And then I did some chin-ups for 3 sets of 4. Very happy with how all this turned out. Like I said, a little bit lower than like 2 weeks ago when I did this, but I'm going to raise it back up again, probably next week, or maybe keep it more the same. We'll see. I don't want to wear myself out too much again and then screw myself over for the days, following. So I weighed in this morning at 183.6 pounds, obviously still a little bit bloated from my vacation that I got back from yesterday. I had 7 hours and 15 minutes worth of sleep. Unfortunately, my sleep has not been very good recently. I keep waking up in like a sweat all the time. I don't really know why, but it's been kind of preventing me from getting very good sleep, so I haven't really been getting very good sleep the last few weeks. It's a shame. I'm trying to work on it. I had 10 grams of creatine as always. Well, I usually have 5, but I had 10 today, actually. No caffeine as well, obviously. Yesterday, I forgot to mention, I actually did have one like half glass of Diet Mountain Dew because I was kind of curious how it would feel, me being off of caffeine for like 2 weeks now. I was just curious how it would taste and, how it would affect me. And good results. I felt awful, so I have no incentive to go back to it at all. It made my heart race. It was very uncomfortable. So very glad I got off the caffeine. I think that was a very good decision. But I did all my workouts, like I said. I had about 2,095 calories worth of food today, so just above my 2,000 calorie limit. Right now, I'm kind of aiming between like 1,200 and 1,600 a day, no more than 2,000 as like a little margin for error. I went about 95 calories above that, but we're not doing calorie debt anymore, so oh well, it is what it is. It's done. I had 133 grams of protein today, day 1 of no junk food, which is the main thing I was focusing on today. I wasn't too concerned about the calorie count today. I mainly just wanted to put a 1 up there because the 0 looks mighty ugly and the 1 looks a lot better. So I was mainly focusing on that. Tomorrow I'm going to focus a little bit more on calories. I had a burger today, which is something yesterday I made a bunch of homemade burgers and fries. I had one burger left over. I had that, 550 calories, 23 grams of protein. Had some homemade fries, 200 calories, 2 grams of protein. Banana, 105 calories, 1 gram of protein. Chili, 430 calories, 40 grams of protein. I had a bunch of cheese mixed in with the chili. Very, very good stuff. That was 660 calories, 42 grams of protein. And I had a protein shake, 150 calories, 25 grams of protein. All in all, 2,095 calories, 133 grams of protein. Day 1 of no junk food. Woohoo. We did it. Okay. I'm very, very happy about that. Tomorrow, I'm going to run a mile. I'm looking forward to it. As for the media I've been consuming, I watched the movie The Platform. It's like a horror movie from like a few years ago. It's like a Spaniard horror film or something. It was actually pretty good for the most part, and then the ending just completely sucked, honestly. Very disappointing ending. They went for like an abstract, stupid ending like that, which I always hate because it's like they couldn't think of a good way to end it, legitimately that like made sense. They had to do a stupid abstract ending. I hate those. Those are very annoying because when you boil it down, like it actually doesn't even really mean that much in the first place. It's just vague nonsense, which I'm not a fan of vague nonsense. So I'm a big The Platform hater now. Totally squandered its potential. I'm a hater, guys. I was very disappointed. Oh, well. I've been playing a bunch of Slime Rancher 2 today. Awesome game. I've been really enjoying it. It improved a lot on the first game in terms of the exploration. I really like that. Something I'm very angry about, though, is how much less is in the silos. Usually you could put like 300 items in each slot in the silo. Now it's 100, so they cut it down to a third of its former storage capabilities, which I'm like, that's a little bit of a chore, you know what I mean? But oh well. A bunch of other aspects of the game were improved though, so I'm pretty happy with it. That is it for today. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, 275. Yeah, thank you for watching. Your mother is so fat that she invented Skittles by sitting on a rainbow. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow for day 275. Goodbye.